everybody. Welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. Thank you so much to all of you who are tuned in and sending in your comments and your feedback. A lot of you guys really enjoyed the ladies that were with me and the arts and crafts that they've been doing with waste materials and recycling that. And I do appreciate you guys for your feedback. And let me also shout out watu wangu wa Instagram. Nawaona pia Joanne Chepkwoni. You say, hey Joyce, asante sana. Okay, check your DM. Well, thank you. Yvette Wanzu, you say, you look pretty, Joyce. Asante sana for that. You say, itabidi tu jua iwake leo. Asante. Cecilia Wairimu, 549221. Thank you so much for the compliments as well. Maki Njeri, also on Instagram, you say, hey, watching from Greenspan and enjoying the show. Thank you so much to all of you guys. I do appreciate you. Be sure to engage with us there. And once again, our social media platforms are at SwitchTv on Instagram and at SwitchTV Kenya on Facebook and Twitter. I do appreciate you guys. All right, with that said, let me introduce my next guest. Her name is Nasim Nkatha, and she's the founder of an NGO called Hugs. And we want to find out if they just, do you go around giving hugs?
Not really.
No, not really. Welcome to the show, Nasim.
Thank you.
Your organization actually deals with mental health awareness and creates a platform for people to talk.
Yeah.
So tell us, what does it actually stand for?
So HUGS is an acronym for Hardiness and Arts Great Success. Hardiness is a psychological term that means more or less resilience. It's combined of three characters, personality characters that helps you deal with stress.
Okay.
So yeah.
Why did you start this, and why the need to start this platform, really? Because you're saying it's a platform for people to actually come and talk. So not just to seek clinical counseling, but to actually come and talk and share what's on their hearts.
Yeah. So the reason why I started it, HUGS mainly deals with depression and suicide. So the reason why I started it is because I'd lost a couple of friends to suicide. I have friends who've lost relatives to suicide. And then there's this notion that goes around when you're going through something, it's very hard for you to come out and say, I'm depressed, because you think people will kind of stereotype you and stigmatize you. So HUGS started to just help out people and become a safe space for people to come talk about their issues and get connected to psychological help.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry about your friends. When did you start this, and how do these sort of forums take place? Is it an online community, or do you guys actually sit down and meet in person?
Okay, so HUGS started early this year. It was more of an idea, so we started implementing it a few months ago. So what we do is we have a online support group with around 200 plus active members.
Okay.
So what we do is they share their stories. If someone feels like it's hard for them to share it on the group, they come to me. I offer online. I'm a certified counselor.
Okay.
So I offer online counseling. And if it's something I feel like it needs more attention, I refer them to other psychologists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 200 members strong now, and you only just started this year. That's good growth, and I guess in many ways it points to the magnitude of the issue, particularly in Kenya today, as more and more people step out to talk about it. Is the group mostly, is it a lot of young people? Is it men? Is it women? Do you find some older guys in the group?
It's a balance. It's a balance of older guys, young people, both male and female. So the amazing thing about HUGS support group is most guys are the ones now opening up more about their mental illness and battles with their mental health issues.
Okay. Yeah. So, how do you use the platform? How do you regulate it so that, because when you're saying you're giving people an opportunity to talk, then they can say and lay bare whatever is on their minds. So how do you sort of balance that in a group where, I'm imagining you have to have some sort of balance in the group so that one story doesn't even drive one, further down. If someone is just kind of opening up and pouring out, they could be doing that at whatever point they are at. So maybe not necessarily when they've been able to overcome something, but even when they're right in the midst of it. How do you guard the rest of your audience, in a sense, so the rest of the members, so that the story is empowering and not like feeding off of any sort of similar struggles that they may be going through?
So first of all, the group runs by a set of rules. We have some rules that govern the group. So every story you share has to align with the rules that govern it. So everyone has to respect whatever opinion you come up with, whatever story you're going through. So it's more of a family whereby no one judges you, no one, yeah. And the group also has a few psychologists. We have nutritionists, we have doctors. So if it's something relating to nutrition, because we have eating disorders. Some people have eating disorders, bulimia, and all these other disorders. So we have a nutritionist that guides you on how to deal with that. We also have a doctor. Maybe you're going through your depression because maybe your kid is sick and you don't know where to go for help or such things. We have doctors who guide you on how to get help.
And what's your hope and expectation for this group? So this online community, I assume obviously you'd want to grow the membership on there, but where do you see yourselves going? Because as you've said, you're also a clinical, you're a certified counselor. What is your hope then for Hugs in the next few years?
We'd like to join the trailblazing for mental health awareness, not only in Kenya, but also in Africa and the world. We want to change the stigma and notion of, for you, when you get sick, when you get a flu, it's easier for you to go to a doctor and get help. But when you're depressed and feeling sad or overwhelmed, why is it so different for you to go see a counselor or a psychologist? So I want to make it easier for people to come out with their issues and seek help.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that stigma still prevails today in the way that it did before? Or are people now beginning to understand, this is a real issue? Or do you feel a lot more people are still tied down by the stigma?
Today it's a bit different from where we were a few years ago. Today at least people can open up about their depression, talk about it, But now we still have those people who now deem them as attention seeking and everything. So that's what we're trying to change to. Yeah.
Prince Moon is asking, please ask Nasim if wanting to put an end to your life is a part of depression, because sometimes you don't love your life, you feel like giving up.
First of all, I'd like to correct the thing that people say, once you commit suicide, you just want to end your life. Most people who commit suicide don't want to, technically end their life. All they want to do is end the pain. Emotional pain and physical pain are two different pains. In physical pain, you'll go to the doctor, get a painkiller, and you'll be okay. But emotional pain, it's very hard to deal with it, especially if you don't know what you're dealing with.
Right.
And you don't know where to go for help and everything. So people don't commit suicide because they want to die or everything. They just want to end the pain. So it's more of depression. And depression is also categorized twice. It's a symptom and it's a condition on itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So depression is also a symptom for...
It could be a symptom for something
suicide,
else.
yeah.
Okay. And
it can be a condition on itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How is it then running an NGO like this one? Because I don't know what sort of fundraising requirements you have, but then again, there's such a need to try and address this issue that so many people are battling with. So when you started off the year and you decided that you were doing this, what were some of your biggest fears, if any, about starting this, and how did you overcome them, so that the rest of us can also know, when you're looking at something that's far bigger than yourself, there's always going to be a struggle, isn't there? Yeah.
So what happened was, of course, I didn't have capital. It's not that we still have it. So most of, we do fundraisers. We go to children's home and everything. So we get the money from our pocket. So if anyone wants to donate, they donate. If it doesn't happen like that, we still go visit the home. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
So
but
part of the activities you're doing with your members is actually going to children's homes.
We go to children's home. We go to high schools. We go to universities, talk about mental health. We have a visiting this month on 23rd. I don't know if you know, on December 3rd is International Day for People with Disability.
Yes.
So we're going to a home of disabled kids.
That's great.
We'll go share with them, cook for them.
Oh, that's
and,
nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
So that's basically what we do.
And it's a way to also just lift the spirits of those struggling with depression.
Because I came to realize most people when they're visiting homes, they go to abled children's homes, and you find these other homes with disabled kids. They don't get visitors as much.
Okay.
Because people find it hard to deal with something that they don't understand.
Yeah. Wow, Nasim, it's really great talking to you. Congratulations on starting this initiative and this organization. We wish you the absolute best. And just before we let you go, let us know how people can follow your work on social media or support you.
We have a Facebook page. It's at hargs.co.ke. We also have a number that they can reach, 0715 929 406.
Okay.
And we also at Instagram at Hargs Organization.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming through. All the best.
Thank
And I've been talking to Nasim Nkatha, the founder of Hugs, an NGO here dealing with mental health awareness and creating a platform for people to just talk and express themselves. With that said, we're going to take a short break now as we get ready for our final segment of the day. My next guest is going to be telling us a bit about their work. It's titled the Me to You Initiative. Stay tuned. This is Full Circle with Joyce.